Good afternoon. My name is Charles Thornton. I'm a recently published author. The name of my book is The Warrior Class. It was published in 2012. In regards to the book details or outlines the life of a young African-American male in Northeast Georgia, and it navigates his life experiences and his perspective as he grows up and goes through his young adulthood. Background: yes, I was born in Northeast Georgia, Elberton, Georgia to be precise. Grew up in Elberton, Georgia, graduated from high school, Elbert County Comprehensive High School, went on to Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. From Morehouse College, I attended or enrolled in the United States Army for 5 years, 2 years as a combat medic, and I switched over to Special Operations Forces. Once I fulfilled my obligations as a soldier, I came into the civilian sector, became employed, served 4 years in PTA, 2 years as a vice president, and 2 years as a president for the Executive PTA Board, and also 4 years as a T-ball coach. Okay, as I discussed earlier, this book discusses the life of a young African-American male from Northeast Georgia and his perspective of life as he navigates his way through. And there are 3 salient issues that I conceptualize that I would like to discuss. And the first one would be the role of the African-American preacher in today's society. It's currently 2012. We have President Barack Obama as the president. In 2008, I campaigned for Barack Obama. 2012, I voted for him. And one of the most important aspects of his speech is that the citizens are responsible for improving the quality of life of other Americans. And within the black community, we have many problems and issues. And I would like to focus on individuals in today's society. For instance, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, and Bishop Eddie Long. When I talk about these individuals, I'm giving a critique. I have nothing negative against them, but I just want to talk about their impact on society as it relates to the African American community. You have these individuals that are leaders of mega churches, and when you hear about them, in most instances, it's in regard to some negative accusations against them in regards to inappropriate behavior. And you got to understand, during the days of Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, these individuals, they didn't just talk about Jesus and God. They talked about the impact of God in society. And not only did they talk about it, they implemented it. And they worked. And you would see them out working for civil rights and human rights, not only for African Americans or Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, for all Americans and humanity. And back in those days, the African American church was a pillar for society. There were many things that occurred in church. You not only discussed God and Jesus and going to heaven. I love God and I love Jesus, but there's a lot in between that. For instance, a lot of the problems that we have in society with young African Americans is that they don't have a strong or concrete foundation to their African and African American history. And I propose that all of these African American preachers implement educational programs within their church, whereas when the children come into the church from K through 11th grade, they're educated on their history and culture. And you may ask, why do I say this?